After World War II, the American people were optimistic and ready to take on new challenges. This optimism brought about an era of a do-it-yourself mentality throughout the country. People were happy and willing to try new and inventive ways of doing things. The mixture of the rise in European sports cars and the availability of a revolutionary new material called fiberglass led to the first ever all-fiberglass-bodied car, the Woodill Wildfire. Built by Woodill Wildfire from 1952 to 1958 in Downey, California, the Woodill Wildfire beat out the Corvette to become the first ever complete Glasspar fiberglass body. Fiberglass was easy to work with, making it a natural material for handy guys who wanted to build their own cars. All you needed to build your own automobile was an inexpensive standard car parts, a little imagination, some space, and your spare time. Small automakers started popping up all over the country. They didn't need expensive tooling to produce metal body parts. Attractive plastic bodies could be laid up by hand and produced cheaply and quickly. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you've probably heard me mention that we're going to be doing a video on the Woodill Wildfire. And I know I've said that in a couple videos in the past and it never happened, but it's finally here. This is the Woodill Wildfire. And it's a car we own, which is why it kept getting pushed off because clients' cars come first. But today has finally come. So the Woodill Wildfire started in 1952 and went until 1958. And it was an invention and idea of a guy named Woodill Wildfire. And Woody grew up in the car business. So his dad was a Dodge and Willys dealer, and eventually he wanted his own sports car. So instead of going out and buying one, he had access to all the parts. And at the time, fiberglass was a new thing. So he got a bunch of parts from Willys and put on a fiberglass body and built a few of these cars. When Woody first started this project, the idea was to build two cars, one for himself and then one to fund his whole project and sell it to somebody. However, in the end, he ended up building about 15 cars. And the ones he built himself, because he had access to the parts, he made from Willys components. But then he decided to sell them as kits. So he built about 285 kit cars, or put together the kits. And those cars he sold with Ford components from 39 to 48 Fords. So if one of these has the Willys components, then it's an original car built by Woodill Wildfire. Whereas if it has the Ford components like this car does, it's one of the kits that he sold as a build it yourself kind of kit for anyone who had the ability and time and space. If you were to buy one of these fully assembled from Woodill, then it would be about $3,200. However, if you wanted to buy the kit yourself, in the early 50s when he first started producing them, it was about $1,200. By the late 50s, when he was almost done with his run of these, it had risen to about $1,600. And that was the price just for the kit. That didn't include, your time and effort, of course, but then there was also the little things you'd end up having to buy. So if you bought a kit for $1,600, you can bet that you're going to spend another $2,000 or so just in assembling the car. A Woodill Wildfire that was built by Woody himself with all the Willys components sold for a little over $100,000. And they are very special cars because there was only 15 of them built. These cars, like this one that were built from the kits, there's 285 of them, and they have the Ford parts. So they're much more accessible. They are not a six-figure digit to purchase. So a lot more people are able to buy these cars, and they're just as fun. And there's not that big of a difference in performance. I personally love a Chevy small block. It's easy to get the parts for, and it's just overall pretty user-friendly if you have a little mechanical inclination and like to work on your own cars. Woody liked to say that these cars could be built in as little as 14 hours. And he even went on a TV show called You Asked For It in the early 50s to prove that if you really know what you're doing, you could assemble the car in 14 hours. However, that was not exactly a common thing. Most of these cars were not built that quickly. This car in particular has a small block Chevy engine, and driving it around The Fiberglass, it's such a light car with the small block Chevy, so it is super quick. It's a lot of fun. It sounds really beefy, and it just has all the power you could ever want. I know you guys have waited a long time to watch this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please subscribe and like, and stay tuned because we got a lot coming up very soon.